Yo, we in the game, talking number stakes high. Knowledge and skill, like a bird we fly. Analyzing stats, we don't just guess. Betting on the win, you know we're blessed. Just the bet slips, we keep it real. Breaking down the odds, you know the deal. Just the bet slips, we're making plays. Informed decisions, we light up the ways. Chasing that victory, hit the big score. Join the community, we're here for more. Rolling with the punches, we look for the signs. Parlays and props, counting all the coins. Every podcast episode, we bring the heat. Strategies laid out, can't accept defeat. Tune into the wisdom, hear our call. In this betting world, we'll never fall. Just the bet slips, we're making plays. Informed decisions, we light up the ways. Chasing that victory, hit the big score. Join the community, we're here for more. On this gambling journey, we ride the bet. With just the bet slips, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Bet. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Just the Bet Slips podcast, where we promise you one thing and one thing only. That is to bring you the hot tips to help your bet slips. CJ and Parker, the Sports GPS. Pat will be joining us shortly, but Rob unfortunately can't make it. Tommy and Kel are both out, and it's been a day. It's been a wild day out there.
Yeah. In the streets.
In the streets. Do it for the streets.
Yeah.
But yeah, podcast today. This obviously is getting dropped 12 hours from now, as we're recording at 6 p.m. Well, on August 21st, year of our Lord 2025. And we are doing our final tier rankings of the fantasy football season. And we are talking all about the tight end position.
Yeah.
And what you need to do, where you need to go, and how it needs to happen. I'm also trying to figure out. Yeah, okay, he's there. I have a tier list that was last year's tier list, so we've got some guys that aren't in the same spots who, we'll look at. We're gonna look at them, and then the 5 big ones that aren't on this list are represented by the team logo that they're currently playing with.
Rookies /
a player that retired and unretired, aka Darren Waller.
Yeah. Not to mention any names.
Yeah, whatever. So he's on here too, and we'll go through all that. But we're just gonna fire off, get started. Pat will join us eventually, whenever he decides to get off the commode. And we're gonna get done here. But first, just remember, we're not paid professional gamblers. The show's for fun and entertainment purposes only. All these things are made with our opinions and our opinions only. And hopefully you enjoy jumping on the lives and coming in. We would love to get more from you. Next week, we're actually going to be live for the podcast. It's going to be crazy. We're going to be live for the podcast, so you can check it out live and then re-listen to it afterward.
Yeah.
While we're going to do a live fantasy football draft next week. So get ready for that. Everybody's favorite T-Phrase is coming back in. He's going to be with us during football season, so we appreciate the addition of T-Phrase to the Just the Bet Slips family. Love every second of that. So that's where we're going. But first, let's just go ahead and jump right into the tier maker, and we've got it up here. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you can actually see the tier maker. You can see all the players down at the bottom. Now, some of the players aren't with their right teams, but most of them are pretty solid, not going to lie to you. Most of them look like they're in the right spot. There's a couple that aren't, so we'll get into that. But if you're listening to this wherever you get your podcasts, you can't see it, but we have 7 tiers. As always, we have an S tier, an A tier, a B tier, a C tier, a D tier, an E tier, and an F tier. An F tier is they're probably not in the league today.
Yeah.
And you can't trust them as far as you can throw them. But that is the tier list to go off, and we'll be discussing here. Let's just go ahead and start with the S tier. Who are the big? I think there's only like 3 guys that really are in the S tier. And we're just going to go ahead and grab them. Brock Bowers of the Raiders.
Yep. He's numero uno.
Trey McBride of the Cardinals. And then I would put George Kittle.
Yeah, I agree.
I think those are the three S tier guys. If you can get any one of those three. This is also the tier that like Travis Kelce used to be a part of. And
He was a big disappointment last
Yeah,
year.
like Zach Ertz used to be a part of. But they're not with it now. Is that a player that I didn't grab him either because I don't think he's on here. All right, we got to add that. While I grab this real quick, he is a Commandy.
Yeah,
we'll add that. So the Commanders logo is for Zach Ertz. So we now know that. If you're watching on the YouTubes, but yeah, that is it as far as the S tier. I don't think there's any guys that you're going out of your way and drafting before round 6, 7.
yeah.
Outside of these 3 guys, and these 3 guys, you're looking at the round 4, round 5 play. I think.
Yeah, they're difference makers.
Yeah. So I'm also trying to figure out why that happened. Here it goes. Like all of a sudden that's why. Because the poolside came in. Yes. Poolside Pat is here, aka the Duke of Slips, aka Boy Band Pat, aka my aviators were not made by a certain sunglass company that we're not talking about on the show. But yes, we just got to figure out why your headphones are trash. I want to meet you while you're still doing that. That's fine. But yes, the S tier is Brock Bowers, Trey McBride, George Kittle. It's Brock Bowers, then the other 2. There's like a small gap there.
Right.
You could go with McBride or Kittle at the technical 2 spot or whatever. But either way, I mean, it's fine. Those are the 3 guys. Actually, that's what I wanted to look up was fantasy football draft position, average draft position, ADP.
Is Brock Bowers someone that you would like draft semi early?
So that's what I was looking to try to find. I mean, I'm not like Brock Bowers. You're looking at like round 2.
Okay.
Trey McBride and Kittle, you're looking at somewhere around the 3-4 range.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's there's one other guy, but I still think he's probably the top, the class of the A tier.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Sam Laporta. And he's the class of the A tier here.
Underrated.
Pat, just give me a thumbs up and I can get you unmuted on my side. But yeah, Sam Laporta is probably the class of the A tier. He's in that next level, and he's around a 5th, 6th round ADP. Like he's your wave of all right. I can go and get a above average tight end. The top 3 are taken, but I want a solid tight end because my wide receivers are good. My running back's good. I missed out on one of the top 4 quarterback, and I need a quarterback. So you need a tight end to make up for the fact that you're losing out on quarterback. Maybe you're back to back. Maybe you were the first overall pick, and you got a Bijan or something along those lines, or you got Jamar Chase with the number 1, and you decide, you know what, I'm gonna go heavy in the tight end situation and go from there. And you go there. But that's kind of where you're at, and you just got to figure that out. But that's where you pick Sam Laporta or this next guy too, David Njoku.
That guy is so disappointing.
He can be
like every year he's kind of top tier, tight end ish. You're like, oh, he's gonna have a good year, and then he just doesn't do what we think.
Yeah. So I can I. Yeah. Thank you for having me. I'm back. It's Poolside. Yeah, just to speak on the top 3, I think you guys nailed it. I think the very, very clear cut 3 is Kittle, Bowers, and McBride. I think that's not even up for debate. Right. I think Laporta would then be number 4 on the A tier. Kelsey as well. And I'm a little hesitant about Njoku just because of the quarterback situation.
Yeah.
But I think he's been performing despite that for years now, it seems like.
But he also has the reason why he was struggling in years past is because they didn't really have that quote unquote deep threat.
Right.
And now with Jerry Jeudy, I think think they'll be better off.
Should open it up for him.
Wasn't Judy there last year though too?
He was, but you're still learning that first year, trying to figure it out. And they also didn't have a quarterback that could throw his weight. Like DTR started for them, and he's going to be bagging groceries in a week and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly can get behind Njoku in the A tier. I also have another one for the A tier. I don't know if it was going to be. Well, I have a couple, which I'm sure you guys would probably be on, but I'll nominate Mark Andrews.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, he's right there in Hawkinson and Kelsey. I think end the A tier.
I like Hawkinson.
Yeah,
I think that pretty much ends the A tier. I mean, I'd put Mark Andrews above Njoku. I'd probably put
Kelsey.
I think that's probably the safe play. So the 5 in the A tier would be Laporta, Andrews, Kelsey, Njoku, and Hawkinson in that order. I like Njoku's value with Joe Flacco better than I like Hawkinson with JJ McCarthy.
Yeah.
However, the TJJJ connection could be really really on fire.
Right.
yeah.
To start this season. So, but I think that's the clear like top 8 guys.
Yeah.
And then after that, there's some muddling.
I'd say so.
You could go a bunch of different ways. And this is the B tier. These are guys that have shown us a lot of upside in the past, or could be rookies that, you know, they're solid tight ends if you pick them late. Like we're looking super late here. Like we're looking in the round 10, 11, 12, 13 round. And that's, you know, these are the guys that, okay, you missed out on one of the top 8, but you have a really, really stacked roster.
Yeah.
You've got one of the top 4 quarterbacks, top 5 quarterbacks if you throw Hurts in there. And you're going, okay, like Jaden Daniels make it 6. So, you know, these guys are really solid. And it's Tucker Kraft.
I really like Tyler Warren.
It's,
I know I'm biased, but
well,
that guy's a stud.
The problem is Danny Dimes throwing him the football. Loveland, again, these are where your rookies are sitting, right?
Right.
Dalton Kincaid, Dallas
Colson.
Goddard falls in here, and Evan Ingram falls in here, I think.
Colson Loveland.
Yeah, we have him. He's the Bear logo.
Okay.
So
Goddard.
it's Kraft, Warren, Loveland, Kincaid, Goddard, Ingram.
Pitts and Firemouth, I think, belong in there as well.
You think they're B tier and they're not C tier?
Yeah, and them and also Ingram.
Yeah, I have Ingram in there.
Ingram.
I said Ingram.
Okay, yeah. I would put Pitts and Firemouth in there.
What's shocking is Pitts might not even be. I'm actually going to delete the E tier this week. We don't need the E tier. So it's A, B, C, D, and F. We don't need no E tier.
Pitts could be higher.
If Pitts gets traded, I actually like him a lot.
If he actually
more because he's on the block, by the way.
Yeah, if he played to his potential, he should.
I don't know.
Higher, but
I just have a feeling
he never
Penix
does it.
I just have a feeling Penix will get with his younger guy, like a Pitts, like other Falcons quarterbacks haven't done with Pitts. He's still one of the more talented
Absolutely.
guys. Like, I mean, we've seen him. I mean, we haven't seen a lot of it, but when we have seen him be effective, it's been very effective.
And I'm not trying to lie here. Like, I like what Pitts can provide. I like I think Penix is going to be the best quarterback out of last year's draft.
Yeah.
I just don't trust him yet. I still wanted Penix to hold a clipboard for 2 years and then start year 3. Meanwhile, he's on the field in year 1, year 2.
Right.
And that scares me a little.
A little bit, yeah.
No, I think Penix is going to be unbelievable.
Could be a lot of different things.
I really do. Yeah, Cousins is going to get traded to somebody that needs him
over the rainbow.
But yeah, no, I would definitely, yeah. I mean, Kincaid, yeah, for sure. Pitts, I think they all deserve to be in the B category.
Okay. So
when we had Ingram, right?
Sorry, yes, Ingram's there. Okay. So it's Kraft, Warren, Loveland, Kincaid, Goddard, Ingram, Firemouth, and Pitts. Tyler Warren, because I think he is going to be Danny Dimes' main target.
Yeah, he'll be a safety blanket for sure. Yeah.
He should.
So that's the only reason why I like him in B tier.
I
He could
think
be an
he'll be-
A tier talent, him and Loveland both.
Yeah.
I think
could
he'll be,
but for different reasons, actually, the reason why they're B tier.
He'll be what Dallas Clark and who's the other good Colts tight end back in the day with Peyton Manning. I think he could be that guy for Danny Dimes or Anthony Richardson, whoever it is.
It's Danny Dimes. That's
yeah.
confirmed, by the way.
Oh no, I know for starters, but you never know if that's going to change.
It'll stay Danny Dimes.
Yeah.
Anthony Richardson was given every fiber to win that job, and he looked like
he got hurt. He did
I'm
break
glad-
his pinky like in half. So
Yeah.
he's an athlete. He's not a quarterback. To be clear,
I'm honestly
Well,
happy
speaking
he's
of that.
there in a clipboard for a year, but
he's an athlete. He's not a quarterback.
I don't disagree. I'm a Colts fan.
He's an athlete. He's not a quarterback.
that's fair, but I don't think Danny Dimes is necessarily the answer by any stretch. of the imagination.
I don't disagree with that either. I think
Right.
they're tanking for Arch.
Yeah.
Who might not even come out next year.
He might not. So you got tank twice.
Tank twice.
Yeah.
Like tank for a couple first rounders, and you use the first rounders to move to the number one spot. I've said that for multiple teams, by the way. But yes, I think Warren might be the only offense. I think they might be the only offense because I think something's got to give because Jonathan Taylor's they're going to stack 8 in the box. To tell you the truth, the Colts need to trade for Cousins.
Yeah.
They won't, but they should.
Right.
Yeah. So it's looking like he will be. I think he'll come up this list quicker than I think we could. I think we would all agree. But right now he's probably the second or third option with Josh Downs and Michael Pittman. So.
Yeah, I think he will easily become the first option in that offense.
Yeah,
I have very little faith in what Josh Downs and Michael Pittman can do. And I think Warren's a matchup nightmare in the middle. You can't put a linebacker on him because they're too slow.
Right.
You can't put a safety on him because they'll just outmuscle you.
Mm-hmm.
I truly think Warren's going to be the risk with Warren is quarterback play.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and jump to the C tier. I think this is where you find your Hunter Henrys of the world, your Jonnu Smiths of the world, your Stranges of the world.
Zach Ertz.
Yes, your Zach Ertz of the world.
Juwan Johnson.
Yep.
Dalton Schultz. Did you say that already?
No, but that's what I'm looking for. I like Isaiah Likely in this spot too.
Gesicki.
Cade Otton.
Yeah.
I think you said Hunter Henry, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Hunter Henry is my first one. I think he's the class of the C tier, to be clear.
Cade Otton, Schultz, Henry, Isaiah Likely, yes. Shout out to Chanticleers. Jake Ferguson.
He was the
with the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Yes.
That cat.
Yeah, I mean,
but he's almost an afterthought just because CD's so good.
Right.
And I'm interested to see what George Pickens does in that offense. I think they're going to try to get him rolling. So Jake Ferguson might be a buy low candidate early. If he doesn't pop off, you might be able to like flip him for like a second string running back you got. And because I think Jake Ferguson will eventually be a really good player this year, like later on in the year. I think Dak's going to try to force feed Pickens to get him going to justify the move.
I do want to also add, I think Isaiah Likely is ready to take over for Mark Andrews, but as long as Mark Andrews is there, he's Lamar's guy. And we saw glimpses of Likely being the guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's a little bit more athletic. Like I think that's something to look at. He's a buy low, sell high type of guy. So
right,
I agree with that.
I see one other guy who's actually next tier. I have to grab a file. I have to grab a file real quick. Hold on. I have to grab a Seahawk for Aurora because I think he's a D tier guy.
Yeah, Elijah Arroyo.
Mm-hmm. Let's just go ahead to the D tier because I think the C tier is pretty solid. Just guys that you just build with.
Right.
D tier are handcuffs or guys you just don't know for sure, like as much as you want to handcuff.
Yeah.
D. So like TJ Sanders is there, a Michael Meyer is there if Brock Bowers goes down. This is where I put Aurora at. I put Waller here, or not Waller.
Waller is back in the league though.
Yeah, he's a Dolphin.
Yeah.
I grabbed the wrong one. You put a Noah Fant here.
Cole Kmet.
Yeah. Like those are those type of guys.
Noah Fant, Tyler Higbee, Jaceki.
Tyler Conklin.
Yeah, Conklin will go there too. Gesicki. They're just lower tier guys that you're really not looking at. Maybe they do it, maybe they don't.
Right.
Kind of rounding.
Did we already have a Conquo? Where do we put a Conquo?
Oh, Conquo?
Yeah.
I might not have had a graphic for him. Oh, no, I got him. I do have him. He's a D tier.
D?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Cam Ward.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's in the Hunter Henry Cobb.
I have him lower.
Yeah, I do too.
I have him in JT Sanders the same. Like that type of level of players.
Hear me out though. This is a guy who's going to play with a rookie quarterback who, you know, is going to demand. I mean, the rookies go to their checkdowns more than anything. Cam Ward is going to be looking for his big.
Cam Ward is, but the problem is Cam Ward's not like any other rookie. Yes, Cam Ward, and he showed it at Miami, is I'm going to light up the scoreboard. I'm going to try to throw it deep all the time. Yes, he is. Watch his tape from last year.
I watch college. I do a college football podcast, dude.
Are
you kidding me? He played at Miami. He didn't win games. He played okay. He played well.
Until the back half of the season when he was trying to win the Heisman and he just threw it all over the yard. And he threw picks. No.
I'm telling you, no. He's a rookie. He's not going. You can't trust rookies with this stuff.
You also can't trust rookies to do the right thing and make the right decisions. Especially one that has a history of throwing interceptions and making bad decisions at the college level. He was the Heisman winner through the first 8 weeks last year. No, and it almost wasn't even close. He was the Heisman winner through the first 8 weeks.
He was never going to win it. But that's fine. I don't know. Okay. I will.
I'm just being honest. Like he was the Heisman winner. Like he was the projected Heisman winner. Like early.
Yeah. Okay.
He got around a plus 450 midway through last year.
What? I don't even know what that means.
He got to plus 450 to win the Heisman last year.
Yeah, like I said, he was never going to win it. He was never going to win it.
450 was number 2.
Yes, he was never going to win it.
What I'm saying is he was there, and then he jumped all the way. By mid-December, he was 500 to 1. You don't go to number 2 in the Heisman rating. He was playing good at the beginning of the season. I'll give you that because Miami was winning. Miami was doing their thing. Miami was doing good. He got to plus 450, and then all of a sudden fell off the face of the earth. Why? Because he took a shot in the when he was throwing all the interceptions, and Miami was losing, and he didn't come up clutch.
All the interceptions. He only threw 7 all year.
And all of them were latter half. He was making bad decisions.
That's not true at all.
Terrible decisions in the ACC. Like, you can't make terrible decisions in the ACC. The ACC is a trash conference. You're making terrible decisions there, let alone the NFL.
From week 9 to the end of the year, he threw 2. From weeks 1 through
4 were called back
6.
to penalty.
From
To be
1
clear.
through 6, he
4
threw
were called back by a
5.
penalty. You can look that up.
Okay, but that doesn't make it. That doesn't matter anything.
They
I'm
count.
just
It's just
telling
like Patrick Mahomes. I count all of his
Cam
picks that are
Ward,
called back by a penalty.
that doesn't mean anything. Cam Ward was never going to win the Heisman, and again, I just think this is a guy who's going to rely on his tight end, and this is where this all started on.
All right, fine. I'll throw him in the C tier. You're wrong,
You
but
can throw
I'll
him
throw
wherever
him in
you
the
want.
C tier.
I really don't
No, I'll
care.
throw
I
him in the C
really
tier.
don't
No,
care.
you.
I could care less, for being honest.
You couldn't care less is the correct answer.
Couldn't care less. Thank you.
All right, moving on. So we're going to Ngwaku is in the C. Ngaku, what I can't even say his name. We're throwing him in the C tier.
Yeah.
Cole Clement, TJ Sanders, Michael Meyer, Arroyo, Noah Fant, Conklin, Waller, and Gesicki are in the D tier. And then everybody else down there in the bottom. I don't think the Giants have a good tight end at all this year, to be clear.
They don't.
Could be very, very troubling
Oh yeah.
for
Yeah, who's there? I don't even know who their starter is.
it's are they starting Russ or are they starting the rookie?
Yeah,
Jackson Dart.
They're gonna start Russ.
Should be Jameis.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Make
Should
your
be
case for
Jameis.
Jameis, actually. Make your case for Jameis.
It should just be Jameis. That's my only defense of that is that Jameis will be way more fun. Apparently, Russ looks good. Sure, whatever. Good for him.
Jameis, high quality TV.
Jackson Dart looks good too, but Jameis is just Jameis and deserves to be a starter somewhere because he's the man.
Eating
I
them
love him.
crab legs.
I love him so much.
I'll say this: if you're drafting anybody in the D tier or lower,
You got problems.
we got issues.
Yeah.
I'm gonna draft Jameis. I know he's not on this list, but I'm drafting Jameis just for vibes. That's it.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
The vibes have been spoken.
Okay.
Just need him on my bench.
Anybody? So let's talk strategy, because taking tight end is a strategy.
Yeah.
You either go early and get one of the top 3 / more like top 8, and you kind of go early for him, or you just say F it, and
Who's left?
you don't care about your tight end, and you take a tight end that has an early bye week so you can get rid of your backup tight end, and you don't care. You're just looking for, 4 catches for 50 yards. And that's all you really need.
Yeah. I'm not one of those people that like drafts a tight end early, but like if it falls to me, like if we're like round 5, round 6, like if they're there, I'm gonna take them because we got to fill out the roster. But I'm not gonna reach for a tight end early.
Yeah, I don't.
No.
I don't either.
I think the only one, to be honest, would be, and this is not a homer pick, but I think it's well documented, is Brock Bowers.
Oh yeah.
I think Brock Bowers could be the one, and I'll extend that to McBride. Kittle has been the king for a while now, him and Kelsey. But
Yeah,
I think that's more of a second, third round pick now. But if you make a pick in your first round, a late first round, early second round on Brock Bowers or Trey McBride, I think those are solid picks. Like
I don't like McBride till the 3rd round at the earliest.
Yeah. I would definitely go
That's
Brock
fair.
Bowers 1, and I'd go late first round, early second.
I like mid-second round for Brock Bowers.
Yeah,
Like if I have the back-to-back end of first, beginning of second, I'm not even looking at Brock Bowers. He's not even on my radar.
I think Bowers, he's the number 1 tight end in the.
Oh, he's 1,000% the number 1 tight end.
Yeah.
The point differential gradient between Brock Bowers and the next set of tight ends in tiers, like, yeah, he makes it worth it for him to be a second rounder, a third rounder. But especially if I'm looking at, okay, what can Brock Bowers do for me on a weekly basis? What's his ceiling with Geno Smith?
Yeah,
No offense to Geno,
that's fair.
but they're also going to be running the ball a lot more with Genty.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at what's the best Brock Bowers can get me versus the number probably 8 wide receiver, which is where I'm looking, right?
Yeah.
The number 8 wide receiver. I think the number 8 wide receiver gets me more value at a ceiling, and he has a similar floor to Bowers, and there's more fluctuation room, and I don't mind having a tight end with a minimal floor. Now, I'm talking a 12-team league here, right? We're talking 12-team league.
Yep.
So if I have 12, 13, I'm not looking at Brock Bowers. If I have 8, right? If I have number 8 and Brock Bowers is available to me in the second round, which means I'd be picking him around the 16th pick, which is right now around his average ADP, to be clear.
Yeah, like 18.
I'm
19,
looking at Bowers then, right? If he anywhere from the 8th pick back, so you would have either the 5th pick through the 12th pick of the second round. If Brock Bowers is available, I'm looking at him. Okay? I'm not looking at Trey McBride unless I'm in the 3rd round at the earliest.
Yeah.
I'm not looking at George Kittle until the 3rd round at the very earliest, but I've got to be either 11 and 12 in the 3rd round. I've got to be pick number 35 or 36 overall to even think about Kittle. And I like Kittle the same way I like Bowers at 8 and back, but just in round 4 instead of round 2.
Oh yeah, no, I think it'd be criminal if you could get Bowers in the 3rd round. You're sitting pretty.
Oh, you're stealing somebody. Yeah.
Right.
You've made highway robbery if you're getting in Bowers in the 3rd round.
Yeah, he's not getting out of the 2nd round for sure.
I don't think he's getting out of the 2nd, right? But what I'm saying is I'm not looking. If I have the first 4 picks in the 2nd round, I don't think I'm looking at Bowers.
No, absolutely. I totally agree with that.
Because I think I get better value taking a second wide receiver or a running back, depending on what
Genty goes before Bowers, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Genty goes before Bowers.
Right.
And then it'll come down to him, and you're looking at some guys that HN has got some injuries going on.
Right.
You look at some of these things, but Bowers is a top 25 pick for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
I think he's the first tight end off the board.
He has to be the first tight end off the board. Has to be. Because everybody else has either question marks with quarterback or has question marks with other weapons stealing targets.
And
the 8th wide receiver is like around like Ladidi McConkey.
Right.
Ladidi.
Like I'm looking at Dede or Brian. So here's my exact point. So I pulled up ADP right now. So I've got Jamar Chase as 1, Brian Robinson at 2, Barkley at 3, Gibbs at 4, Jefferson 5, Lamb 6.
High.
Oh, Bijan's gonna. He's.
Bijan.
Bijan, not Brian.
Not Brian.
Did I say Brian?
Yeah, you did.
Well, hey, listen, there was a guy who literally in his fantasy football draft grabbed Brian Robinson and threw him as the number 1 overall pick, and then they couldn't take it off. That's a thing.
I have a story for that too. Yeah, go
ahead. Malik Neighbors is 7. Amon-Ra St. Brown at 8. Puka at 9. Genty at 10. Genty should be back half of the first round. I absolutely agree with that.
Yes.
McCaffrey at 11. Henry at 12. Nico Collins. So if I'm at 12, I take Derrick Henry. I'm 1,000% getting a wide receiver, and I'm not looking at Bowers. If I was the 11th pick, I've got McCaffrey. I'm either looking at Brian Thomas Jr. or I'm looking at going double running back if I got. Huh?
Did you say CeeDee Lamb?
CeeDee Lamb's at 6.
Oh, okay.
6 overall. So, and like I'm. Maybe I take because A-Chain is injury prone. Maybe that's possible.
Right.
And like I probably already have Christian McCaffrey, but I think at 11 I'm taking Derrick Henry over Christian McCaffrey anyway, compared to the ADP.
Right.
So then I'm looking at Brian Thomas Jr. They have Brock Bowers at 16, which means he would be the 4th pick of the second round in a 12-teamer. So I had him right where I think you're looking at him. Me personally, though, like like I think AJ Brown gives me a better ceiling than Bowers, and AJ Brown's the 20th.
I wouldn't.
It all depends on what you value.
Well,
Right.
yeah, and again, because like a lot of leagues are only one tight ends, whereas some leagues are, 2 to 3 receivers. So I
Yep.
think that definitely plays a part. I think if you're lucky enough to get Brock Bowers, I think you're in good if you especially if you can get him in like second round, like you said, second round, fourth pick, 16, 17, 16 to 20, 16 to 22. I think if you can get Bowers, I think that's where he's going to go. And I do, by the way, I do like. I know people can't see this right now, but we'll post this. I imagine
Yeah.
the little like pyramid of this tier list actually makes me very happy.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, no, it's certainly like I said, like I mean, I showed you guys this, bought this in July or end of July,
Mm-hmm.
this little fantasy football magazine, which I might try and secure more of those. But yeah, I mean, it's tight ends is a weird position because as you can see in our tier list when you eventually see this for the podcast listeners, it's very light at the top, it's very heavy in the middle, and then it's again light at the bottom. So there's way more value picks in the middle. And so if you can't get on, and at least in our A and B or excuse me, S and A tiers, the 8 guys in that tier, you can still be okay with the middle of the pack.
Right.
And
Yeah.
depending on the rest of how your draft goes.
Yeah. And again, if you're looking at the B tier, you're looking at way late, right? You're looking at
Oh yeah.
you've drafted your backups. You've drafted a backup running back. Your flex is taken care of. Your things like that. Your quarterback, probably your backup quarterback, is drafted before you're even looking at the B tier because they're going to be there. Like you're taking tight end right before you take defense and kicker.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's a strategy that's a winning strategy.
Yeah.
It's been done. You either get one of the top 3 guys, you wait and you have every other position starter filled and you get one of the A tier, or you wait forever and you get a B tier guy. And then your C, D, and F tier are I waited too long and there were a bunch of crazy people that got their first tight end and their backup tight end stupid early.
Yeah.
And you got tremendous value late in this draft.
Mm-hmm.
Truthfully, the winning strategy in tight end is you either go stupid early, or you get every starter, including your flex and your quarterback, and then you grab your tight end. And then you take your backup tight end right before you take your one defense and your one kicker.
I also think to that point, I think the 2 positions that are like most important for waiver wire pickups, and correct me if I'm wrong, if you guys think differently, running back and tight end.
Correct.
I
Yeah.
think it's such a small. Receivers are a dime a dozen for that matter. Like when it comes to injuries, there's always somebody to step up, but but that doesn't mean that they're going to get as much, volume. Quarterbacks is something that we all look at extensively, and who the backups are, and it's a very small group. Whereas running backs, knowing the running back handcuffs or the guys that are down the line who could get touches, and then the tight ends where there's usually only 1, maybe 2 guys who can fill a role for an injured tight end. That's what you need to like. That's when you snipe the waiver wire and get that new tight end. I think those are tight ends can win you leagues, man. I really believe it.
Tight ends, yeah, they can win or lose your league. However, they're not as valued because they don't get as many touches.
Correct.
I think they're big. They're not as, and again, we're doing this as a PPR league setup. I think they're more valued in non-PPR setups because they don't get as many touches, and usually their touches happen in the red zone.
Right.
So they get more value in non-PPR leagues than they do in PPR leagues. But I still think the strategy remains the same. If you don't get one of the top 3 and you can wait on him until you have both your running backs and in both your wide receivers, or in this case, you get a wide receiver, and then you're coming back around and you think, I've got three wide receivers I like that I can live with, and you're the second overall pick, and you got Brock Bowers sitting there, and you go, okay, well, I could take Brock Bowers right now, second to last pick in the second round, because I've got three. Let's say you got Bijan with the second overall pick. You take Bowers coming back, and you go, well, I've got three wide receivers that are still on the board that I like just as much as Bowers. And that's when I'm starting to think. Like, you look at the ranks of 21, 22, 23, and 24. You're looking at Jonathan Taylor, Chase Brown, Josh Allen, Lamar, and then right. You're looking at Trey McBride there, and then like the Lad McConkeys of the world. Like, you're either taking quarterback or you're taking tight end, because now the top echelon of wide receivers that have such a higher ceiling compared to Brock Bowers are already off the board. And that's the reason why you take Brock Bowers in that situation. It's all about ceiling, because I think I would say Brock Bowers in the top 12 to maybe 15 wideouts have the same floor as each other. It's all about who has the higher ceiling. I think the top 10 wideouts for sure have a higher ceiling than Brock Bowers. When you get into the 11 to 15 wide receiver range, I think Brock Bowers has a higher ceiling with the same floor. So that's the reason why you take Bowers at that point.
So can I give you a couple quick stats?
Sure.
First and foremost, number 3 and number 4 in total receptions, talking about PPR last year, were Brock Bowers 112 and Trey McBride 111.
Mm-hmm. It's because they don't have really good wide receiver threats, so that makes sense.
And then for targets, Bowers was number 6 with 153, and Trey McBride was 8 with 147. The next tight end down there was Kelsey with down there always.
Right, and that's my point. Like, McBride and Bowers are outliers to my general principle about PPR. Right.
And that's why I think. And by the way, I'm so glad you guys, before I even got in here, McBride needs some respect, because he's going to be a monster this year.
Yeah. Who else do they have to pass to? Marvin Harrison Jr.
That's it.
Yeah.
I don't trust anybody else in that offense.
Yeah.
I trust McBride, I trust Connor, and I trust Harrison Jr. in that order, by the way.
Yeah.
In that order.
Andrews, we have him at C or B? Oh, we have him at B. Okay. Or A.
B. He's an A. He's an A tier.
Okay. Good.
Kyler Murray needs to show me something.
Kyler Murray also needs to just be able to see over his offensive line, to be clear. That's not happening.
Yeah.
So...
Oh, he's not going to grow?
No, he's about the size of the football he's throwing. So there's that. Yeah. I'm pretty sure my son might out-height him now. But yeah, like that's the point. Like, I trust McBride, and then I trust James Conner, and then I trust Harrison Jr. in that offense. And their offense is going to flow through Trey McBride. And what I was talking about with Tyler Warren is 1,000% the case with Trey McBride. Like, Trey McBride and George Kittle both have that problem. Mm-hmm. You can throw a safety on Bowers, and he can play with him. He's not going to get that much out-bullied compared to like Trey McBride's just going to out-bully a safety. Same with Kittle.
Yeah.
Bowers beats you with speed. Trey McBride and Kittle just box you out. Bowers is elite because he has speed and he still has the tenacity but I think safeties are better off playing him there. Trey McBride and Kittle are just absolute monsters. As far, like, they're just matchup nightmares. You can't put a linebacker on them because linebackers are too slow. Can't put a safety on them because they're just going to get bullied all day.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason why Gronk was so good for years.
Yeah.
All right. Bowers is the best tight end in the NFL.
I'm not disagreeing. He will win with speed more than he will win with power.
Agreed.
He's 6'4", 235.
Correct. He wins with height. That's the other reason why he wins versus safeties.
Well, then,
but a safety can hang with him physically, like as far as like physical strength. Like
McBride is 6'4", 246, and then Kittle sits apparently at 6'4", 250, but we don't know about that.
Right. I'm just saying that you put Bowers versus a safety. He's not, or McBride versus a safety. McBride's going to win more of the time physically. Bowers is going to win more of the time with speed.
Just being
like
awesome.
Just in that scenario, right?
He's going to win by being awesome.
Well, there's that too. Listen, I liked Bowers out of Georgia.
Yeah.
That's my guy.
So that's there. All right, that is the tier rankings. We're going to wrap this bad boy up on the opposite side of this commercial break with. Yeah, I'll take the screenshot like I did last time, buddy.
Okay, cool.
Gotcha. That's what I'm here for. And we will hit Where Are You Going This Weekend right after this short commercial break.
I gotta look that up. I'll probably.
Yo, we in the game talking number stakes high. Knowledge and skill like a bird we fly. Analyzing stats, we don't just guess. Betting on the win, you know we're blessed. Just the bet slips, we keep it real. Breaking down the odds, you know the deal. Just the bet slips, we're making plays. Informed decisions, we light up the ways. Chasing that victory, hit the big score. Join the community, we're here for more. Rolling with the punches, we look for the signs. Parlays and props, counting all the coins every podcast episode. We bring the heat, strategies laid out, can't accept defeat. Tune into the wisdom, hear our call. In this betting world, we'll never fall. Just the bet slips, we're making plays. Informed decisions, we light up the ways. Chasing that victory, hit the big score. Join the community, we're here for more. On this gambling journey, we ride the bet. With just the bet slips, you ain't seen nothing yet.
What is up? Let's go ahead and hit the Where Are You Going This Weekend? And Pat is on a time crunch. So, Pat, go ahead and tell us where you're going this weekend and why you're going.
Yes, sir. It pains me to say this, but I'm going to Yankee Stadium. I mean, it is only about an hour and a half away from me in real time, so I potentially could do this. I'm not going to, but if I could, if I was getting paid to, or if somebody offered me this, I would do this. It seems like it's the first Boston Yankee series in a while. It seems like it means something. I mean, the Red Sox 68. Let me make sure I'm reading this right. At 59, the Yankees 69-57. They're right there, neck and neck. Tonight is Giolito and Hill. The weekend is Bayo and Max Fried. Then we have Crochet and Will Warren, and then finishing it off with Dustin May and Carlos Rodon. I mean, just names all across the board. Hate Yankee Stadium, but if somebody would just fly me there and I could just be there, that's where I would be to watch. What maybe could reignite the Yankees-Red Sox rivalry, which has been very much flat over the last however many years. But yeah, that's where I would go. And yes, gentlemen, I do have to go. I will make sure I listen to what you guys have to say on the pod at Just BetSlips. Thank you guys so much, and I will catch you guys later.
Yep. Later. See you, Pat.
Peace, guys.
Later. Yeah. So we are. We'll wrap this bad boy up on a nice little neat bow here. Yeah. Sorry, just looking at stuff. I'm just gonna go ahead and say where I'm going because you've got the homer pick last.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to San Diego. I'm gonna watch Dodgers Padres. They're literally a game apart from each other. After the Padres just got done dismantling some teams this past week. So yes, Dodgers Padres in San Diego. Snell versus Darvish tonight, as you're listening. Tomorrow, as we're talking. Glasnow versus Nasty Nestor on Saturday, and then Sunday is Yamamoto versus Pivetta. 3 really, really good pitching matchups.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where I'd be going this weekend if I had unlimited cash. Parker?
All right, just like CJ said, I'm being a homer. I'm going to A-Town. They're playing the Mets, who they need this series. And the Braves are playing good. They both won 8 of their last 10. But like the Mets are 7 games back in the division. So I mean, if the Braves win this series, sweep them, whatever, like I doubt that they're going to come all the way back. And I know CJ over here is praying that happens.
Dear God, make me a bird so I can fly far, far, far away from the Mets, even thinking about beating the Braves.
Yeah. And the wild card, like the Mets are the 3rd wild card. They're a half game up on the Reds. So like this is big playoff,
Atmosphere.
Yes, thank you. But like, look, the Braves have been playing good ball. They're at home. I feel really good about it. Of course, one of the pitchers on Saturday is Cal Quantrill, who the Braves just got off waivers, which I'm like, I did not know that until I saw like the pitching matchups. So, but yeah, I mean the Braves are playing well. This is a big series for the Mets. They need it, but like, the Braves might get in their way because I mean Joey Wentz is pitching Friday. And then McLean for the Mets is also pitching against me. Actually, he's coming off a great start. I don't have a lot of faith in Fetty. But and Bryce Elder's pitching Sunday. I mean, he's hit or miss. Like one minute he looks like the guy who was an all-star. Well, yes, he was an all-star. And then the other, it's like, why is he on the team? So, but yes, I'm being a homer. I'm gonna go to Atlanta and see them play the Mets, which is always a good scene. And this is alumni weekend.
Yep.
I mean, that's to go see enough. I mean, Smoltz, Glav, and Max are throwing at the first pitch Friday. I mean, that's must see and
Price of
unto
admission,
itself. Yeah,
for sure.
So.
Well, that's going to wrap it up for us here at Just the Bet Slips. Make sure you check out next week as we go live for the fantasy football draft. Looking forward to that. And check us out live 6 p.m. on weekdays and noon on weekends. It's my son smiling and getting in front of the camera, being all crazy. But just remember, we are Just the Bet Slips, where we promise you one thing and one thing only, and that is to bring you the hot tips to help your bet slips. We'll see you next time. Have a good one.
All these bets. Got all these bets. These bet slips, and I don't know what to do. All right. Oh, my glasses. Gotta put the glasses on. I still don't know what to do. Oh.